Her vast archive room contains models of her successes and her failures.
To this day, I'm angry that this was not built, the Cardiff Opera House. It was very buildable, and this would really have not only established her name rather sooner as an architect who could build as opposed to merely an architect who could draw and paint and model, but also it would have been the Bilbao Guggenheim of England and Wales.
The crime was Cardiff, you know.
That was really horrible.
I mean, you won it not once but twice, really.
3 times. I don't know. I mean, it was a very strange situation. I could have easily gone, bitching, crying, or whatever, because we were treated very badly. But they didn't want us. I mean, I don't know what they wanted, actually.
Cardiff in the late 1990s was not a place to try to build an adventurous piece of architecture, especially if you were an adventurous Arab woman architect. It was just too much for the city.
I was a non-entity. I was known within the profession here and in London, but in Wales, they didn't know me. They didn't expect me to win it.
The Millennium Commission, which was basically going to be funding most of this, took against Zaha, I think personally, and almost started a campaign against the building. I was told by one of the leading Millennium Commissioners, Hugh, this is unbuildable. Complete nonsense. It's not unbuildable. It was perfectly buildable. It was engineered by Irvi Arab, the same people as engineered the Sydney Opera House. That is not a difficult building to build. And yet this was the propaganda that was being put out at the time.
Many people thought, the drawings we did were so obscure and very difficult to understand. But we do drawings of every kind. The plans and sections are not the same as a normal building because it's not a square building and a rectangle. That project could be easily done.
There was a lot of prejudice against who she was, and oddly enough, not just because she was of Iraqi origin, or not just because she's a woman, but because she's from London. There was that there as well. You, the Millennium Commission, are parachuting in Ponzi London architects down to our capital in Wales and telling us that we're going to build some oddly shaped thing. Thanks very much. What's Welsh about that?